As I sit here and chat with you today, I have decided to be open and transparent about the incredible journey I've been on in the last year in hopes that it may resonate and possibly inspire you. I love my job, but it's not easy, as I'm sure either is yours. We have all been in a state of transition. What and where we were a year ago is very different from where we are now. I'm not the same CEO I was last year. And I feel like the COVID crisis has actually helped me improve. I have always loved to learn, and I'm rarely afraid of a challenge. Heck, I built my company on solving challenges. But when my business suddenly stopped last spring, it forced me to embrace the new reality and make a transition to enable and empower my customers, but also to keep my company going. So I was thinking about what to share with you today. Transition is what came to mind. Transition is a multifaceted opportunity. It's scary. It's stressful. It's not easy. If your team can master transitioning, then there's no stopping you. Furthermore, it should be something that you embrace and embody into your culture DNA. Sounds easy, right? Let me share a little more about my perspective and journey through this period of transition. I wondered, how do I transition personally as a CEO to meet opportunities? How does my company transition so that we can enable technology to evolve? How do we collaborate with others so that transition can drive technology? In times like these, if you hold your technology advances close to your chest or in a vacuum, the tech does not have real impact. Coming together to improve, innovate, and evolve will drive further technology value and create a more considerable impact. Think about it. There are currently 3 major companies working on 3 different ways to get people to Mars. Imagine what would happen if these companies just all came together with their brilliance. I would be giving this keynote right now from Mars. The purpose of technology is to make the impossible possible and make the standard way of doing things more comfortable, empower us, provide us data for better decision making, and more efficiencies and a better standard of living. One of the essential ingredients to creating amazing technology is that we need to fail and break things to understand how they work and find a path to make them better. We need to be asking ourselves critical questions like, who needs it? Why do they need it? How will they use it? And what problems does it solve? And then what will happen if they don't have it? If you can't answer every one of those questions, the tech isn't necessary. Alone, a company can make good technology. But if I work in collaboration with the who in this equation, the pain point to get to why, and work with others on the how, and prove the solution, then we are onto something. Technology goes from good to amazing. My clients and partners share with me exactly what their pain points and needs are, so that Silverdraft can work with them to find the ultimate solution that is needed. We never have to guess, but we do have to ask the right questions and work to understand the answers and possibilities. One of the key things I love about technology is that it's not stagnant. It is always changing and evolving. Technology is in this constant state of transition. It's dynamic. And one advancement can have such a ripple effect across our way of life. So therefore, as a technology company, we need to transition continually. To take this point and circle back around to a more personalized perspective, I was mapping out how the technology transitioned over the past year to determine the critical factor for the tech's sudden greater adoption. In the face of the unknown and with the way we do business suddenly shifting, I realized that now more than ever, the key was urgency. Urgency forced companies to transition to a new way of working. If not, they would be dead in the water, out billions of jobs, millions of dollars. I felt an urgent need to mobilize my company for new solutions and technologies to best support our clients. The standard way was no longer viable. Again, who, why, how, what? It made me stop to think, wow, I was onto something. I need to follow my own advice here. Not only do I need to make this transition of tech for my customers, but I also need to look at my own company in the same way. What shift do we need to make to not just be good, but amazing? Some examples of how technology is enabling transitions are in virtual productions in the media and entertainment space. Virtual production is a process that many movies and commercials are moving to. Due to COVID, productions are not able to shoot on location. With virtual production, you can shoot the actors in front of a large LED wall with content and effects projected behind them and then tracked with the camera's movements. There are significant advantages with virtual production. Not only do you save on the cost of logistics, but you can accelerate the production, resulting in a faster time to market. This new way of producing content means lower pre-production cost and less post-production cost. It also gives added benefit and better content as the actors can interact with the landscape and the visual effects, putting everyone on the same page. Let me be clear, however, though, that virtual production was starting to come together before COVID. Examples being The Mandalorian or The New Lion King. Still, with COVID, it has forced the transition and the shift much faster. Another example is virtual fans and augmented reality for live broadcast. Obviously, with COVID, it wasn't possible to have fans in the stands. Cardboard cutouts are one option, of course, but cardboard cutouts are static, and they don't have any way to appear as though they're interacting with the game in play. Using augmented reality effects and virtual fans helps to provide a more interactive experience for audiences at home. The virtual fans can be seen cheering, wearing team colors, or even doing the wave. They can also do some fun things with fans and marketing. Virtual fans can be eating a hot dog or drinking a branded beverage with the mascot. The possibilities are endless. To take it a step further, machine learning's capability is blurring the edges of what is real. Digital humans. I want to take a quick moment to highlight one of our partners, Digital Domain, that has been doing some incredible work. Digital Domain was able to age and create one of the soccer legends of all time, David Beckham. By creating Beckham's digital avatar, and through the process of machine learning, they were able to build an animated model capable of accurately reproducing the athlete's body and natural movements, and with all the features of his facial expressions. no longer is seeing believing. A remarkable example of what is possible in the face of transition. The shift continues with companies worldwide that have moved their offices from a traditional office building to a home office. Technology makes it possible for design and collaboration in virtual space, even as people work from many different locations. Automotive companies are connecting in a virtual environment from Japan to Detroit to California, designing a vehicle in collaboration. Now more than ever, people need to be able to do their jobs from remote locations. They need access to information, and they need connectivity. Even the education system has had to transition and mobilize a new workflow so that students can continue to learn. Teachers, students, and parents have had to adapt to a new workflow and learn new tools so that learning can continue in the best way possible. The COVID crisis has continued to push technology and transitions in all these areas like the machine learning, digital twins, digital humans, and mobility. The list continues. And I am excited to see how the technology can continue to evolve in the face of transition. So there's another element that people rarely consider in the technology process and transition. And that element is the human element. And it is huge. It's shifting not only the technology, but shifting the human mindset about what is possible. It's taking the old, comfortable way and blowing it up and then building a new way. Not because you want to, but because you have to. It's as though you have told a pilot in mid-flight that was planning on landing at a particular airport with a 747 that they now have to land the plane in an open field and ensure everyone stays calm and is prepared for the shift. The transition from one space to the next. You need to get everyone on board with the shift and the transition. I see change as opportunities, as a new way to solve a problem. Some people see change as a bad thing, or maybe change is hard for them. But before you can transition the technology and pivot to a new way of adapting, you need to address the human element. You need to understand fears, understand the challenges that they have, understand the capabilities, and understand what they need as you embark on this transition. With a sense of urgency and understanding of the human element of transition, my company was able to mobilize quickly and ask those questions of who, why, how, what, and create a strategy and a plan that enabled us to bring the tech for transition to our clients and partners and helping them to enable them to be successful in the face of the unknown. Fortunately, our strategy and our approach and our willingness to adapt proved to be very successful for Silverdraft. That growth and shift was not just a benefit for me as a CEO, but also for my partners and my team. I welcome each of you to embrace transition and new technologies for opportunity. Thank you.